this, I don't know how you felt about it before you made your first feature, but you think of like the feature film. It's this mountain that you have to climb, this monstrous mountain. And I had always done that. I was like, oh God, it's like, I got to have this. I've got to have that. I got to have this person in it. I got to do this. And I woke up, I'm 20 years in, and I'm like, I got no feature.
Yeah.
And now there's no excuses. Like, I could make an excuse 15 years ago. Like, it's just too damn expensive. I can't do it. There's no excuse now. None. Mm-hmm. There hasn't been an excuse for probably about 7 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm really...
No good excuse,
No good excuse for at least 7 years. So I woke up one morning and said, I'm just going to go make a movie. And I called up my friend Jill, who's an actress and a comedian. I'm like, hey, I want to make a movie. I want you to be the star of it. And I want, let's make a movie about your life, about what you go through as a female comedian in LA, female comedian actress in LA. And she's like, okay. And she wrote a scriptment, which is a very loose, very tight outline, but barely any dialogue. And she hired all her friends. We brought all her friends in, who are all like, Reno 911 and Mad TV and, big actors. And they all came in for favors. And we all literally, from the moment the idea was had for me to call her to the point where we had a finished product, was less than 5 months total. And during the process was the most enjoyable creative experience of my life, because I had no attachment to outcome. I didn't, if it made no money, great. If it made money, great. It didn't bother me. It didn't mean anything to me because of the budget we were working with. If I have a $500,000 movie, it's a whole other ballgame. Mm-hmm. But for such a small, personal independent film, I was like, hey, whatever happens, happens. And with that attitude, the actors got in and they just started playing, and every one of them were like, wow, this was so much fun. I'm like, yeah, because we just enjoyed ourselves and we flowed. It was a complete experiment in flowing with your chi, flowing with the force, mm-hmm. whatever you want to call it. And if anything happened that I wasn't in the plan, I'm like, let's go. I just literally wherever the waves took me is where we went. And as a filmmaker, you're supposed to control everything. Now, for this kind of movie, it made sense. Mm-hmm. For other kind of movies, other kind of stories, it doesn't. But for this one, it made sense, and that was a plan. We planned to do this with this kind of movie, so that's why it made sense to do it. It was all organized based around our resources and based around the time and the money that we had access to, and that journey was the most. We literally premiered. The LA premiere was at the Mann's Chinese Theater, or whatever it's called now, TCLA, whatever, but the Chinese theater. And, we had a red carpet, I'm like, our little movie's at the Chinese theater. And in all honesty, and I said it there that day, I was like, this is nice. Like, it wasn't it was like before, that would have been the thing, like, oh my God, and the whole world would have been revolving around that. But for me, I was like, I'm very grateful. I'm very humbled. It's a wonderful experience. But I'm good. Let's keep going. Like that. It didn't. You know what I mean? It wasn't the end all be all. It was just another step in the journey for me. So for me, it wasn't because there wasn't a goal to get it into a Chinese theater to have a big premiere in LA. That wasn't a main goal for us. Our main goal was just like, hey, let's make a movie. And if anything else happens, it happens. And that's exactly what happened.